And the reason as to why I'm doing this video, it's because I did the first video and I had so many questions. And there were people saying that, hey, these people, they are going to find you, they are going to kill you, you should not have confessed. Other people say, get saved, find Jesus, and all these types of things, you know. People have to say what they have to say at the end of the day. But since I'm not an ignorant person, I just decided like I can do another video to tell you why I decided to deny all these things. First of all, you know very well that this money comes with conditions. Like, you're supposed to use this kind of money in certain ways. You're supposed to do like, you know, for example, you know, this type of wealth is that wealth that when you get it, for you to buy a car, you must undergo some I don't call it ritual because you have already gone through it earlier in the stage, but when you get it from there, you have to use it according to their instructions. First, it's not a free wealth. Reason number two was, I'll give you the main reason at the end. I'll give you the main reason. Let me give you the shallow ones. Number two is that, of course, about my dad and all that. I denied that because I love him, because he has he has taken care of us since we were a kid alone. We did not have a mother on the side to be involved in the situation, to help us like, I am with your father, we are going to help each other on this. And sad enough, it was that yes, they had divorced 4 years before she died. So that means for the first 4 years of our lives, we had a mom, but at a distance. But then after 4 years, we had completely nothing. So for me, I think that he really took good care of us, and it was like he loves us. You understand? Because you see, at this age, we didn't have a choice. Like, we can do. You see, like now I'm grown up. I'm 18 plus years. I'm 6 years way above. So that means I have the ability to do decisions. I have the ability to. I have the ability to make my own decisions and do my own things. Unlike when I was young, you know, that time my dad would have chosen anything to do with us, but he decided to show us love, to bring us up, to take care of us, until now we were at the age of anyone can do anything for himself. So that was one of the reasons that's why I considered him like I can do anything for him. The reason number two was I knew at the end of the day, okay, that one will be my last reason, but let me give you I told you the shallow reason according to the other reasons that I have. They might not be shallow, but according to the other reasons that I have, then the last one will be more important. Number two, you see, for me, I'm a Christian, and it was way too difficult for me to learn a new religion. Okay, I don't want to call it cult or nothing, but I just want to call it another type of religion, because I had to abandon what I have for another one. You understand? Because you've heard all these stories about the Freemasons, the Illuminati and all that. They say they don't really care about your religion, you can just continue with your religion, but this is way too different. That you had to abandon your religion. These are the people who don't love prayers because they are demonic and they are satanic. And someone told me, later on when you expose them, they look for you. And another one said, because now, okay, mwingine alisema you use their own properties and now you think you're going to be scot free, and akacheka meaning I don't know what I'm doing, they might find me. But let me tell you, the devil does not own anything. So he only asks for permission to control anything. That's why you hear people signed. The word signed is very important. They signed contracts, they signed deals. Signing is very important. The devil has to get your consent. Like, he cannot do anything without human consent. He need to ask for permission. Even in the book of Job, he had to ask for permission from God to use Job, but God told him, use him, but don't touch the heart. You understand? Meaning, some things need consent. You need to ask for permission. But since I did not give my consent, I never used anything from him, that means I'm free. He has no permission to use me. Okay, someone will ask, what about the real people, the arrogant people now who are involved? What do you think they are planning about you? Don't live in the world of intimidation, like you're intimidated, like what would happen. And the reason as why I'm doing this video, most of you might be confused. It's not about the YouTube revenue. I have so many crazy things that I can do, but it's because I want to educate more other people out there. Because I know many of people of my age or people who have a little influence like me or popularity, they can feel like, we need to sign deals to be big, to have more money, but it is not important. Because when you get a story from someone who has been involved like me, you get a clear picture. Because out there, they will promise you great things. But when you get inside, you'll realize the picture is two-way different from what you thought initially. Then, there's one thing that people never understood. If you return Satan's or devil's property, he has no access to you. The devil has access to you if you use his property. Without that, he has no access to you. So I would just tell people, just believe in God, work with God, because God will never fail you. Like God has never failed anyone. He will take you through triumphs, he'll take you through trials, just to see how much is your faith. Let me give you the last reason, then I'll give you a small testimony. The last reason is because I knew at the end of the day, after I've given out everyone, thinking that I'm chasing fame and I'm chasing money, at the end of the day, they'll ask for me. You get it? Or they can give me a condition of maybe you'll never get children, maybe you'll do this and that. You never know what happens with this guy because he's so selfish. He's just full of himself. You never know what he might decide to do with you. He'll give you conditions that you cannot fulfill, then he'll smack you down. That's the main reason as why I was like, no, this thing is not going to happen. Because anyone would say, my mother died and died of nothing. So everybody else will die and will die of nothing. And let me utilize them. But because I had that love, I knew at the end of the day I was the one to be taken, I just decided to say no. Okay, someone will ask me, why are you not knowledgeable of what happens to the devil? But for me, these people hype you and tell you, you will have to choose whether you want to sacrifice people, whether you want to sacrifice your generation, whether you want to sacrifice maybe a friend. But these things it's not something you go there and say, this is what I want. They look at your heart and who you love most. So that because they want to hurt you. For the devil to use devil's property, he has to hurt you first. So those were the reasons. The main reason is about me. At the end of the day, it would be about me. My testimony is, when I lost this channel last 2 weeks, I stayed for 6 days without it. And the first day I got the message that the rate on your channel has been terminated, I just thought, God hapo umenifel. God, here you have just failed me, because that was the only thing that I used to do, the only thing that I knew was about me. But since it has gone, you have really failed me. At this point, I don't even know what is your plan with my life. And every time I started and blaming God, and I said, I'm nirudi kuwa atheist, or I should start being atheist again, because I've been atheist for a while before I now became a full Christian and said, like, I believe there's God. And I will tell anyone out there, just believe there's God, because how would these things happen without him? It is so weird for you to believe there's devil without God, because there can never be black without white. It just doesn't even click in your mind. You just being ignorant and saying there is no God while he is there. And I usually tell people, it is better to believe he is there and go and not find him than to believe he's not there and you go and find him. It will be a very difficult moment for you. And it also doesn't mean if you believe in him, you go there and go to hell. You have also to do other complementary things like being not sinful. Okay, everybody will sin, but you have to follow God's ways and ask for forgiveness as much as you can, because his mercies are sufficient. So my testimony continues, and I was like, God, man, this is the only thing that I knew, because I really love YouTube. YouTube is just in my blood veins, and every night, and then even now I've just woken up, I've not taken tea, I just came here and do that YouTube video. At the end or later in the evening, I'll be filming other videos, because it's something I love doing. You see, now this is not Nairobi. I'm not in Nairobi right now, and I have not carried with me my director, but I'm still filming. And many people were confusing this cult thing and my relationship, and were like, so you are one of this and you're one of that, so you're confusing the two, you're in both of the two. And I was like, my relationship and money and fame does not relate at any point. You understand? I was discussing with Jude last night, and I was talking to him about next year, because I was saying next year I'm going to try something different, because you see, for Jude, is known for relationship, Pluto thing, cheetah thing, the cross-dressing thing. But for me, okay, the Pluto is there. My mom's death has also made an impact in my popularity, and then the relationship thing. So next year is where the fourth thing comes in, because I don't want, I want a life where people, when they see me, they don't see me again only because of relationship. They have other things to look me into, you understand? So my testimony is here because someone said, Rayton, you speak and jump other things, so you are just everywhere. But I don't speak to people suffering PSTD, or people suffering AHDH, because if you cannot concentrate on me, it means you are suffering from concentration in irregularities. You understand? So when my channel came back, I had not met the threshold for the month to be paid by YouTube, because for YouTube to pay you, you have to get at least 70 euros. That is equivalent to 10,000 Kenyan shillings. That's the least they can pay you every month. So if you have not met that threshold, they carry it to the next month. So for me, I was at 28 euros before my YouTube account was hacked. When it came back, it came back with 73 euros, meaning I had surpassed the threshold with 3 euros. Because these people went live, and maybe that live monetized. Then, I don't know whether it's appropriate to tell you this, but I have really seen God. But I told God one thing that I will not say on this camera. If you get my channel back, I promise you there's some things that I won't do. And my channel came back, and guess what? I cannot fail God. I cannot fail God in this situation, because it's something that I can do myself. So, why am I sharing this story? First of all, a parent is a parent, and a parent is someone who feels what his or her kids are going through. One day I went home and I was taking pictures of my dad. We were doing TikToks and my brothers, but my dad said something jokingly, I hope you ain't going to sacrifice me. So it upset me, not upsetted. There's nothing like that in the English vocabulary. It just upset me. There's no past tense in ED for that. But I gave it a thought, and that is when I went and sat him down. We went to a certain hotel if you have been in Meru, La Bella Hotel. We went there. We went and took coffee as we were discussing, and I decided to confess this to him that there was this time I was given this chance in front of the table, but you are the only reason as to why today I'm not driving a Mercedes. He asked me, what do you mean? I told him, I spared your life for me to continue walking. And I found it so important, because at some point I gave it to that, and I said, what if you had the same chance to eliminate me, to have wealth, but you decided to keep me to continue living the way you are living? Because I know at your age you had so many options, but you decided, like, let me keep this guy. So I wouldn't be so ignorant to fail to acknowledge that, and that's why I decided to let it slide. He never said a word. He just told me, you just do what you have to do. I'm here to look at you, but God is there to judge you. And that thing really hit me hard. And I said, okay. At the end of the day, this is life, and there's a process we learn as we move on. And you'll never learn enough. Tomorrow you learn a new thing. The next day you learn a new thing. The other days you learn a new thing. And the reason as I'm sharing this with you is because I don't want any of you to fall into this trap of thinking that it is just a smooth line that you can go, you can make any money you want, you can do anything you want. Nah, it's always roller coaster, up and down. When people tell us outside here that those with much money and they have acquired it illegally, they are not enjoying. People say, yeah, I better cry in a Mercedes. I have seen people really had a lot of troubles, a lot, simply because their money is not legit. But I said, having learned from them, I'm not going to repeat the same mistake again. And I decided to carry myself, and I did this. So if you have watched this video to this far, I thank people who really recommended me to go and read certain Bible verses, who really encouraged me. I feel like 3 people decided to insult me, and I decided not to delete their comments because they are as important as those who are commenting positively, because they also teach me something new. It's not always about being pampered and being told, don't do this, don't do that. Kababa. You know, those things make people useless at the end of the day. You need to be told hard. So, guys, thank you for watching this video. See you in the next, see you in the other one.